Welcome back to America Right Now. I'm Tom Basile. This week is the start of a new segment that we're going to feature here that will focus on the hottest 2022 U.S. Senate and House races. So to lead us off in our Race to November series, we have Michigan State Senator Tom Barrett. He's running for Congress in Michigan's 7th District, setting up a potential challenge to Democrat Congresswoman Elisa Slotkin. Welcome, Senator Barrett.
Tom, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
So first questions first, why is your seat one that has been identified as a potential GOP pickup in November?
Sure. I think there's a few different factors. One is the vulnerability of my opponent. Elisa Slotkin has voted 100% of the time with Joe Biden and his failed agenda for our country and for the state of Michigan. And she's also voted 100% of the time with Nancy Pelosi in this term that she's been elected to. In addition to that, the Michigan Redistricting Commission, this independent commission of folks that are tasked with drawing our district lines, just finalized their work a few weeks ago, and they created a district that not only cuts very evenly 50-50 Republican-Democrat, that will be among the most competitive in the entire country, but it also includes almost the entirety of the state Senate district that I currently hold and currently represent in Michigan, which is about 275,000 people.
Well, let's talk about what you've been doing in Michigan. You gained attention in the state for championing legislation to remove pandemic powers from the Whitmer administration. You have been advocating against vaccine mandates in your campaign as well. You served 21 years in the U.S. Army. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and why you're running.
Sure. And thank you for that introduction. My background really is in the military. That's what I've done since I graduated from high school, signed up and took the first airplane ride of my life to fly to basic training in the United States Army, and started an adventure that continues as I'm winding that career down and retiring from the Army in order to launch this campaign for Congress. In the state legislature, I have fought aggressively against our runaway authority of our governor, Gretchen Whitmer, to lock people in their homes, to lock down businesses, and really just stifle the ability of people to make their own decisions as it relates to the, health decisions they're willing to take or not engage in relative to COVID, whether that's a vaccine mandate or any other type of intrusive mandate by our governor. I think that those decisions are best left up to individuals for them to make. We can all, look at the applicable science, data, and information that's out there and make our own best decisions without the government forcing us one way or the other.
Senator Barrett, you do have a primary in this race. When is that primary, and why do you believe that you are best suited to take on Congresswoman Slotkin?
Sure. So the primary in Michigan is the first week of August. As of now, I'm the only really declared and filed candidate in the primary. There was another individual that was going to run. They're actually running in an adjacent district now that the district lines have been settled by the Redistricting Commission. And I do feel like I'm best prepared to take on this challenge, to win back this district for a Republican pickup, to take back the majority in the House of Representatives because of my electoral background. I've only run in competitive districts. My state Senate district that I occupy right now was won by Gretchen Whitmer in her race for governor 4 years ago when I was on the ballot. The people in my district elected Gretchen Whitmer by about 3 or 4 point margin in my state Senate district, and I won that year by 10 points because I go out, I work hard, I'm candid with the voters. I don't pretend to be somebody I'm not, and I think they respect my background and the leadership that I bring to the race.
All right, State Senator Tom Barrett, candidate for Congress in Michigan's 7th District, will be following along with your campaign and your progress.
They
Thanks
can
for
go
being
to
here.
TomBarrettforCongress.com to learn more about me, and I appreciate you having me on today.